Hello everyone. Hello students. So let's continue our session. And what we were discussing last time. Let's check out our notes. We were discussing about the product, the ads, and the angles. All right. So let's just continue. So for the product, we have picked a product for the last time. What we did was we basically created a landing page. So let's check out. So this is another landing page that I created for a woodworking project for a student. Let me open the project from the last. All right. So let's check out. So this was the page that we created last time. Here what we did was we created it for somebody who is living in Germany. So you can see from the name, and we decided to create it for females because female are more there the possibility of females to buy products, these kinds of products especially, is more. Now what we need to understand here is, I want to answer one more question for you all, that if you create a product, whatever, if you create a landing page and you have the control of the product, for example the supply chain, then you will get higher margin. So I have to discuss it with you all. Although I always talk about affiliates, but nowadays people use it for drop shipping products too. But the quality of the product, you have to realize the quality of the products, drop shipping of the products. All right. So the quality of the products and the delivery, you have to be very clear about this, that these two things, if you have control over these two things, then drop shipping of the products works really well. Just make sure, as I always say, the profit margin should not no less than $20. All right, please make sure that. So one product, 5 ads and 5 angles. So 5 ads and 5 angles. Let's just check out how many angles can we create. If you are going for this one, let's create some angles for this one. So berry bloat. All right, so let's create some angles. So here what we did was for America, location, right? America, women plus, you can go 40-year-old, 40s, or we can say age plus, we can go for working, or we can say working or non-working, in the sense of daily routine, working or not, right? So here what we can do is, I'm gonna put it here. All right, so location. So this will help us to create multiple combinations. Gender, age. What we can do is we can put here 40s. All right, profession. So if somebody has a profession where they cannot have a lot of movement, they cannot walk that much, it's a table job, or for whatever reason, that also makes a huge difference when it comes to products that is related to weight loss. All right. So if they have a job that is steady, now profession, and then the stress levels and stuff, and we can write about those things too. So these four are sufficient, and I would recommend to use your creativity. All right. Now, one thing, location should not be part of angle. Please remember that. Whatever location you use, it is a separate campaign. Location is a separate campaign. All right. Location is a separate campaign. Remember this thing. I hope location is a separate. Now, health products are the best products to sell if you have the right audience, because the people are more inclined to buy health products, in my experience, than something that is a luxury product. All right. I hope I made my. All right. So, couple of types of products that you should go for: health, educational. All right. So there is a formula that many affiliates use, and many very very successful affiliates use: HWH. All right. Health, wealth, and happiness. These are the three things. And nowadays there is happiness and health, wealth, and happiness. You can go for relationship and happiness. So let me just write it down for you all. Go for this, and you will be very very. Your journey will become very easy when you use this formula. All right. So let's just go: health, wealth, and happiness. All right. So I hope here up till it's clear. All right. So if you want to go with a health product, let me show you from my own Survey Affiliate dashboard how we approach the health products. All right. So health products: Laws Book Remedies, it's a health product. Fixed Flat Belly, keto diet, Billy, Java Burn, Nero Tries, Research. I think the X Factor Guide, Forbid Material. Now this is a hobby product. This is a wealth product. This is, you can say, a hobby product. Yeah. This is a health product. This is Divine Code. This is a happiness product. This is a this is a wealth product. This is a wealth product. So there are multiple products, but as you can see, I have the highest experience with health products and the highest success also. So I recommend you all to start with health product. Just remember, as I said in the last class, whatever page you create, don't forget to put this disclaimer. All right. Disclaimer: this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. All right. So if you are writing about diseases, please be very, very careful and very clear about it. All right. Now, couple of things that I would like to discuss with you all. In the last class, we discussed about the disclaimers and stuff, the landing pages. Now, when you want to start create, what traffic source you pick will define your journey, success, speed also. All right. So let's discuss about the traffic sources. There are free sources and then there are paid sources. All right. In the free sources, you got social media, YT. All right. In social media, we got Instagram, we got Snapchat, we got TikTok. So we can go with IG, FB, TikTok. All right. Then we got Snapchat. All right. So these are the ones in social media. So in the and then there is the king, YouTube. All right. YouTube is one of the highest visited website. Then there are blogs. I always put YouTube in its own category because you can create long-term traffic from it, but still don't fully rely on YouTube, but create a long-term traffic source from it too. All right. Then there are blogs. Then that's all the traffic sources you will need. And then there are Pinterest also. And once you start to create, there's one formula that I use for my own content creation and stuff. So at the end of the day, you can create content, right? And paid, we got ads, influencers, hold on, influencers. There are only two of them: ads and influencers. Don't complicate it. So let's just discuss about the content, because I would like to give it to you all before I finish this class. How much time do we have left? All right, we got a little bit of time. So let's talk about the content. It's very, very important. There are only three kinds of content. All right. There is image content, there is video content, and then there is written content. only remember these three. All right, so let's talk about the image content. Let me put it in the blur. Let me do this. All right, so for the image content you will go with IG, all right, FB, and etc., because you know how many platforms allow the posting of images and how many are image driven. All right, you already use those platforms, you have good understanding. So for video there is 16:9 ratio. That's a long form. All right, and 9:16 ratio. That's a short form. All right, so I hope you're clear on this part too. All right, now talk about written. There are blogs, forums, Quora, and there is Twitter, or we call it X and stuff. There you can put Twitter here also. All right. So this is something that I would like to get through the understanding of many people, because they believe that free marketing is, it's just like you have to keep creating content 24 hours of your day. No, you don't have to do it. Many people really create content like this, where they create content for IG and they create separate content for FB, separate content for TikTok. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's very simple, but you have to work very hard in comparison to paid ads. It's just the unfortunate reality. If you like work creating content, it's a fun. Will be a very fun journey for you. But if you don't like to create content, I have created a simple method that I use for my own marketing material. All right. First, what I do is I create these three content in the start of my working hours. All right. I create an image, I create a video, which is one is a long form video, one is a short form video. Preferably start with the short form before you create the long form, because long form only goes on what? YT. All right. Short form will go on IG. All right. So long form will go on only YT. All right. But short form will go on IG, FB, TikTok, right, and X, and etc. And people consume short form content more than they consume long form content. But I highly recommend to connect these two. Connect long and short. Connect short and long form. So if people are watching a short, always recommend to go to tell them to go and watch your long form also. All right. So these are the ones. In written, you can go, you already have the idea, the story type content that we have used for our landing page, a content like this. All right, the story type content, you have to write the story type content, you have to connect your stories and stuff and go for that. And then there are paid ads, which we will discuss in our next class, because it's already 13 minutes. All right, we will discuss paid ads, one of my favorite methods to go for marketing and stuff, because it's really fast. The faster you can test your products, the faster you will find your winners. And it takes very less time, in comparison to creating content and stuff. But at the end of the day, they both are good. But I like paid ads. If you want to go with the free traffic, this is the strategy that I highly recommend. All right, so I will see you in the next one. All right, bye bye.